Hello, welcome to a comic review. Ranger Liz here. Hope you're having a good day. Go Power Rangers Back to School issue number 1. That is what came out in September. There was no regular issue of Go Power Rangers. That comes back in October. However, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 31 comes out today, September 26th. If you want to go check that out at your local comic book store or online, of course. Not everybody lives next to a comic book store. But this guy is who I'm going to talk about today. I know he's a week late, and I know that I'm not sick or anything. I'm just really tired. My child decided 4 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. was the better time to wake up, and I'm just a little sleepy right now. But let's get into some Ranger stuff. The Rangers are coming back from spring break. September. When it said back to school, I was just thinking, I don't know, back to school for the school year because it's September and kids all over the country and world are going back to school from summer holiday. And no, it's spring break. I just gotta say that, come on, like, why didn't I just say summer vacation? It's just a thing, but I picked it out. If you watch any of my Super Ninja Steel reviews, I gave them crap for the fact that it was Valentine's Day, and we're like, it's September, but spring break is in March, and it's September. I had to be fair and give equal sarcasm, basically, to all of them, not just Super Ninja Steel. So it was like a line, it wasn't like the main. Anyway, so Jason volunteers as a teacher's assistant for ASL. It's the American Sign Language. It's his language credit. He thought he could use training and actually, he's more about training instead of physical. He's training mental. He's training emotional. And he made friends talking to a little girl. I can't even pronounce what she spelled out, but she drew a dinosaur. It's kind of awesome. Jason made friends with her, and that's what he did. Zach, I don't think it's going to be really long here. Zach went to Washington, D.C. to help out, and he basically did a lot of paperwork, but something interesting happened, and that's whenever he found out what exactly his proposal was about. It was about that insurance companies aren't covering things that the Power Rangers did. Needless to say, Zach takes it a little personal and just completely kicks butt and does whatever he can to make this vote a success, which is great for the senator, great for his brother, who's working for the senator. He's passed out, but he basically learned that, he can help. I guess the moral of all these stories is they can all help without actually morphing and being Power Rangers. You can still be Power Ranger, which we should, it's a good message for everyone. Trini goes without cell phone service for a long time and works at a horse rescue, to which she had to basically use a lot of perseverance and strength to get Pineapple, which was her favorite rescue horse, which ran off and was going to be eaten by coyotes. I think they say coyotes and not wolves or anything, wild dogs. No cell service in the pouring down rain. The horse is scared and freaking out, so it's just beating the crap out of her and kicking her, but she perseveres and she saves the horse. We have Mr. Billy sees people getting bullied and kind of on the other end stands up for them and changes people's mind. Where is he from? Scottish? Or something, yeah, the Scottish accent. I was trying to remember exactly where this girl came from, but basically they're trying to share food in this whole neighborhood thing, and she's getting bullied, and Billy kind of takes some flack off of her onto himself, and everybody's like, oh, you were awesome. I'm not gonna say, this is at the point where you're like, wow, Liz, really? I read it. I read the comic, I enjoyed it enough, but coming off of Shattergrid, this is the first comic I've read since Shattergrid ended, and it's this kind of filler. It's more of a feel good. Like, hey, it's about the, again, the Rangers learning their strengths, Rangers expanding themselves a little bit and what they want to do. It was just okay. My favorite one was probably Kimberly's, admittedly, and that's, half because, like, she is my favorite Ranger. But I love these doodle skills, and she has this great thing, guide to breaking and exiting. It's not breaking and entering, kids, because that's a felony or a crime. I don't really know how they're classified, but don't breaking and entering, kids. I told her I'm tired, guys. I'm sorry. This is why Liz is on weird stuff. I'm on caffeine. I have second pot of coffee. Anywho, Kimberly is breaking out of her house because she's realizing that she's loving being a Power Ranger and she just wants to keep training. That's what Kimberly wants to do. Now, there's definitely mentions of it in here of secondary level in that because her parents, they're fighting a lot. I don't think they're divorced yet, or maybe depending on when this takes place, they're either divorcing or separated or just arguing. But they've basically gone the last few months without paying any attention to her, so now they're being helicopter parents. So she's just breaking out of her house, trying to get some freedom because she just wants to train. Of course, her mom actually knows she's gone all the time, and pretty much. She does have a really awesome line about, and I can't even remember where it is in here, but it was like, oh yeah, 6 months ago I would have kissed a putty on the mouth for so much as a go do your homework, Kimberly. Especially from my dad. Just like, oh, it is that's the one. And I think maybe that's why I liked hers as much, is because it had more of the feel to the story to like tie into her and what's actually happening in the comics. They all tell their stories. Huzzah, they all learn their lesson. And then guess what? Rita sends down a monster. They are so happy. And basically they're just excited because like the monster's big already. And they're like, let's just get in a Megazord. Like, let's go. Fight the Megazord. Learn as a team. This is, and Jason does learn a very interesting thing. Put your pride aside. And he yelled for Trini to take the shot. Mr. Jason couldn't do it, put his pride aside, and told someone else, take the shot. They make the Megazord, they take down the big bad, and which is, I think, one of the cooler ways that they did, because they didn't use the power sword on this one. They got really, really close to him, and basically shot a laser into his mouth, and he exploded. So that's kind of fun. What comes down, so here's Jason's kind of the rah-rah, the moral of the entire comic. All of us, we were chosen. The best of us isn't because of the suits, the Zords, the power coins, any of it. The best of us is because of who we are, what we do, what we can, or what we do when we can. Kim, you got a mind like a steel trap. Trini, you're bold and ferocious. Zach, before any of us acted, you knew it had to be done. Protected the innocent before pursuing the guilty. I was going to say prosecuting, but that's not it. And Billy, you changed my outlook today, not just for your intelligence, but for your generosity, your ability to reassess and understand others. Power Rangers, now and for always. It was a cute little story. It was something nice. I think I finally got to read it like Sunday night, flop on the couch, football on the TV, read a comic book. I'm not going to say drop everything, oh my god, you have to buy this. It's good for the characters. I like the artwork in it because there are a ton of different artists and ink, like the pencilers and the inkers and everyone. There's a lot of different ones. So you're going to see a lot of different art styles in it, which is fun to see, but at the end of the day, that was this, and I'm going to get me some Beyond the Grid tonight or this week. I don't know. I'm taking a nap. Oh, and it's going to be short and sweet, just like that. If you hit the subscribe button, it'd make me super happy because I'm getting close to 2K. And check out the links below. I'm going to have a link for Extra Life, which is a children's miracle network donation. It's a fundraiser I'm going to be doing. You'll hear a lot more about it in October and the beginning of November, but it's on there if you want to take a look. For the gamers, for the kids, we're going to have some fun. I am exhausted. My name is Ranger Liz. Grab some coffee, guys. It's still going to be a long day. Toodles.